Hi, I'm Amanda, and welcome to Flexibility Flow 2. This class is going to help increase your flexibility, improve mobility, and promote a better night's sleep. All you're going to need for this class is a couple yoga blocks, a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, a belt works fantastic here, and a yoga mat. All right, we'll get started. So we're going to start in child's pose. So our big toes are together, our knees come apart, and then we're just going to reach our arms out nice and long. Fingertips spread wide, and then let that chest lower down towards the mat. So your forehead or your chin can come towards the mat here. And let's just take some breaths in and out. So take a big inhale through the nose and exhale. Again, inhale through the nose and exhale. One more time, inhale through the nose and exhale. All right, we're going to take our hands over to our left side of our mat, right palm on top. Pull that hip back, pull that right hip back. Feel that big stretch all through the side of the body. And then come through center all the way to the other side. So that right hand, our left hand over our right hand, and then pull that left hip back. Feel that pull, that stretch all through the side body on the left side. And then one more time back to center, and press that chest down. Nice and slow, we're going to come up into a tabletop, and then we're going to tuck our toes, and we're going to press right up into our first down dog. So in this first down dog, go ahead and just work into it. So pedal your feet. Maybe sway the hips, whatever feels good here. And we want to try to press that chest through the arms. And then push those hips high up towards your ceiling. Take a few more breaths here. And then from here, we're going to sweep our left leg up. And then we're going to bend the knee and we're going to open our hip. Your gaze can go under that left tricep. Feel a big stretch all in the front hip, quad. Very nice. Square those hips back to the mat. We're going to come up high on that back toe. Start to shift forward. And then a big step outside that front left hand. Lizard lunge. Hold here. And we're just going to rock forward and back, pressing on the ball of that back foot. And then lower that knee. Release the toe. And a few options here. You can hold right here if this is comfortable. Otherwise, maybe elbows on a block. Or if you can, get those elbows all the way down to the mat. And if it feels good to let that knee fall open here, you can do that, but just make sure that this toe stays in line with your knee. So go ahead and just hold this here. Another option too, you can press up into that right hand and then press into the thigh, look behind you and twist. So whatever feels good here, some days you might want to twist, some days you may not. So make it your class. This is your class. All right, a few more breaths here. And then nice and slow, we're going to come up to our hands and we're going to tuck that back toe and we're going to turn to our right to come into a standing straddle. So you'll have to adjust your feet slightly here. And then inhale with a flat back. And then exhale, fold forward. So place those hands in line with the toes and then really press into the hands to try to pull the crown of the head towards the mat. And just take a few more breaths here. Very nice. Go ahead, come back up. Inhale, flat back. We're going to turn your front foot, or the foot closest to me, turn that heel in, and we're going to sink into a Skandasana. So we shift the weight to that front leg. Our back leg is nice and long. And we hold here. So feeling that inner thigh, groin stretch here. And then we're going to shift to the back of our mat. Stay as low as you can. And shift. And one more time, shift back to the front of your mat. Stay low. Very nice. We're going to turn back to the front of our mat. And we're going to come into a low lunge. So that back right knee drops. And we're going to rise up. So in a low lunge, we want our hips to be sinking forward and down. We're feeling that in that quad. Your hands can be at your hips. They could be interlaced on the thighs, or we can reach them straight up, biceps by the ear, pinky fingers spiral in, and just hold that stretch here. Steady breaths. Just a few more. Very nice. Lean forward, plant the hands, tuck that back toe, and we're going to step back into a plank. And we're just going to hold this plank. Modification, lower the knees. And hold here a few more breaths. And we're going to take a vinyasa. So we lower the knees, lower the chest, hold through to cobra, and then shift back, tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. All right, we're going to sweep that right leg up. And then we bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that right tricep. And then square those hips back towards our mat. Come up high on that back toe. And then start to shift forward, stepping that right foot outside our right hand and hold here. And again, shift forward on the ball of that back foot approximately 3 times. And then lower that knee, release the toe into your lizard. So again, stay here, or you can bring your elbows to a block, or if you can get all the way down and just hold here, take a few breaths, maybe twist. Nice and slow, start to come up. We're going to tuck that back toe, turn now to our left, this time standing straddle once again. You're going to adjust your feet. And then take an inhale, flat back. And then exhale, fold forward. Again, press those hands into the mat, really pull the crown of the head forward and down. Few more breaths here. Very nice. Plant our hands. Inhale, come up halfway. And then we're going to turn back to the front of our mat, exhale. And we're going to come into that low lunge. Actually, I almost forgot our Skandasana. So we are actually going to shift to the front of our mat. And there. And then stay as low as we can, shift to the back of our mat. And one more time, shift to the front, hold here. Now we'll come into that low lunge. So we're going to turn our body forward and now lower that knee, release the toe, and then rise up. So our right leg is forward, and again we're pressing forward and down, hands at our hips, interlaced or overhead. And just hold here. Nice and steady breath. Very nice. Release the hands, tuck that back toe. And step back. Hold your plank. So again, nice and strong here. Either knees lifted or knees can be lowered. Just work on a little bit of core strength here. Really push that mat away. And vinyasa. Lower knees, lower chest. Pull through to cobra. And then shift back, downward facing dog. Just take a couple breaths here. Very nice. From here, we're going to shift up high on those toes, start to shift forward, coming back into that plank. And we are going to do some knee drops here. So we're going to tap our knees and come up. Tap and up. 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the knees and just sit back. Child's pose. Very nice. I promise that's the hardest thing we'll do this class. All right, so we're going to come up into tabletop. So our wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. Take an inhale, pull that chest through, look up. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, push the floor away. And again, inhale, pull that chest through, look up. Exhale into cat, round the spine. Inhale, pull that chest through. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, pull that chest through. And exhale, push away. Very nice. We're going to come back to neutral. And we're going to come into our puppy pose. So our hips are going to stay over our knees. And then reach those arms out nice and long. And let that chest fall towards the mat. Chin to the mat. Feel a big stretch in the upper back, shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Couple more. Very nice. Nice and slow. Start to come up. We're gonna come all the way down onto our belly. And we're gonna come into a cobra. So for cobra, our wrists are under our shoulders, our elbows are tucked into our sides. Tops of our feet are towards the corners of our mat. Press those hips into your mat. And then inhale, we're going to lift that chest up. And then exhale, slowly lower back down. Again, inhale, press through, look up. Feel those abs stretch there and lower back down. 2 more. Lift up and down. Last one. Up and lower down. Very nice. Left or right cheek to the mat. Let the shoulders just drape open, palms up. And then bend your knees, let the heels just sway side to side. Very nice. Go ahead and press up into a tabletop here. And we're going to come into a thread the needle. So that left arm is going to twist up, reach for the ceiling, and then thread that arm through. So we want that left shoulder and left cheek to the mat, hips stay high, and then press into that right hand. Twist the body open, feel that stretch, should feel really nice. Couple more breaths here. Very nice. Press through that hand counter twist, reach up. And then bring that hand back to the mat. All right, we're going to go right to the other side. So now that right arm sweeps up, twist. And then thread it through. Right shoulder, right cheek to the mat. And then pressing into that left hand. Feel a nice stretch here. A little bit longer hold. Very nice. Good. Press through that hand and then counter twist, reach. And exhale, bring it back down. All right, we're going to press back up into a downward facing dog. So tuck those toes, push those hips back up, and push those heels towards your mat. Press that chest through the arms. And just a few more breaths here. All right, so we're going to bring our left foot through, come up behind the toe, step through, low lunge again. So that back knee is going to drop, release the toe, and rise up. Another option here is you could take blocks and put 2 blocks here for support and hold on to them with your hands as well. Just hold here. And then we're going to lean forward and we're going to shift into a half split. So all we do is shift those hips back so your hip is now over that back knee. And this front leg is going to extend, flexing that foot, and feel that hamstring and calf stretch. And then again, shift forward, low lunge. Again, that hamstring, trying to connect that into that calf. So we're not up here, leaning forward. And again, plant the hand, shift back, flex that foot, half split. Again, pull that hip back, keep it in line with the knee. There's a tendency sometimes to kick the hip out. Keep everything good form always. And last time, shift forward, hop into low lunge. Very nice. Lean forward, tuck that back toe, and we're going to take a big step to the front of our mat, forward fold. So our feet are hip width apart, knees as bent as they need to be, and we're just going to hang here. Feel the calves and hamstrings stretch. And we're going to inhale, hands to our shins, flat back. Reach the crown of the head towards the front of your room. And then exhale, fold back down. All right, so from here, we're going to step that left foot back now so that we're in that low lunge on our right side. So we drop that knee, release the toe, and then rise up. And we'll hold this here just a few breaths. And then shift back, half split. Again, so we flex that front leg. Our hip is over our knee here, and this leg is nice and long, pulling those toes back. Stretch all the way through that calf, hamstring, hold. And shift forward that low lunge. And again, shift back, half split, flex that foot. And last time, shift forward, low lunge. And lean forward, tuck that back toe. Big step again, forward fold, front of our mat. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. And plant our hands, step back to plank. Lower our knees, lower our chest. Hold through to cobra. And then shift back, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. So press that chest through, press those heels towards the mat. Very nice. Go ahead and lower down to the knees. And we're going to come into a seated straddle. So we'll sweep our legs around. And we're going to open our legs and then just scoot yourself forward to where it's comfortable. We want our feet flexed and we want them slightly turning backwards. So we don't want them hanging forward like this. Flex your feet and really think of pulling them back. And then from here, we're just going to start to walk our hands forward, leading with our chest and fold over. So we can come to the elbows here. If you have a block, it might be more comfortable with your elbows on a block. And just start to work your way down. Feel that groin and inner thigh stretch. Just a few more breaths here. And then nice and slow, we're going to come up and we're going to turn over to our left. We're going to frame the calf with our hands and then start to fold over. If you can reach the feet, good, grab the feet. So you'll start to feel a pretty strong stretch up that low back on your right side, as well as the calves and hamstrings. And come up, and we're going to walk right over to the other side. And again, leaning forward if you can reach the feet. Otherwise, hands just outside of your shin and then fold forward. Very nice. Go ahead, come back up to center. Help those knees in, grab outside the thighs, and then just wiper the legs side to side here. All right, from here we're going to grab our straps, extend our legs out straight in front of us, feet are flexed, kind of pull your bottom out from underneath you. If you can reach your feet here, you won't need a strap, you can just reach forward. If you can't, a strap is really nice here to put around our feet. Grab it with our hands, inhale, lead with our chest, and then exhale, pull ourselves forward. Also, another note is if you are very flexible, you can grab a block, put that around the bottom of your feet, and then grab that and pull yourself deeper. So just hold here. And then exhale, come back up to center. And then one more time, fold forward. Try to go a little deeper this time. Very nice. Exhale, come back up. And from here, we're going to come all the way down into a reclined position. So roll down all the way to our backs. And our feet are flat on the floor. And have your strap handy and have a block handy. We're going to start, hands on our sides. We're going to push our left leg straight. Flex our foot. So we want it as straight as we can get it. Squeeze that quad here. Press that heel towards the ceiling. And then release. Pull that knee in towards the chest. And again, straighten that leg super straight. Squeeze that quad. Flex that foot. And release it in. One more time. Push it super straight. Bend it in. All right, this time we're going to grab our strap, put it around that foot, and then push that leg super straight. And you can keep that right leg bent or maybe extend it long. And try to pull that chin towards the forehead. So feel a nice stretch. We don't want a bent leg here, so we want to keep our legs straight. So straight for you is back here. That is fine. Bending it, as you can see, takes the stretch away. A few more breaths here. All right, so bend that knee, and you can just drape the strap right across your chest. Bend that opposite leg. We're going to come into a reclined pigeon. So that left ankle is going to cross over that left thigh. This may be enough of a stretch for you, even lightly pressing into that knee. Otherwise, join me, flex the feet, reach through, either grabbing our hamstring or if you can the shin, and then pull that knee in towards the chest. Feel that glute stretch. Make sure we keep our feet flexed here in this position. Just hold a little longer. Gonna release, uncross the legs, and we're gonna go right to the other side. So we'll start with that bend and straighten. So our knee is bent, our foot is flexed, and then we're going to just straighten that leg again, super straight. Squeeze that quad, flex that foot. And then bend that knee in, release. And again, push it super straight, squeeze here. Hold that navel in towards the spine too. Always keep that core tight. And release. And again, straighten it. And release. And this time we're going to take that strap, put it around the foot, and push that leg super straight. And then again, option to extend that bottom leg nice and long here. Hold that shin. Another note I want to make is our shoulders should be nice and relaxed on our mat. We shouldn't be hunched up like this or pulling ourselves up. Give yourself enough slack on that strap so that you can comfortably rest your head and shoulders on your mat. And just hold here a few more breaths. Very nice. Good. Bend that knee, release. And you can set that band off to the side. And we'll take that reclined pigeon. So again, that right ankle crosses over that left thigh. Flex our feet. And reach through. Head is on our mat again. And pull that knee in. Feel that glute stretch on our right side. Just a few more breaths here. Very nice. Go ahead, bring both feet down, uncross the legs. And we're going to come into a bridge, a restorative bridge. So if you have a block, this setting would be our highest setting, your medium setting, and your lowest setting. So what we're going to do is come down on our back. We're going to lift our hips up high and slide that block on whatever setting is most comfortable. So rest it right on that tailbone. Make sure it's comfortable. Our feet are hip width apart, shoulders on the mat, and then palms up, let the arms fall to the side. And just let the front of the body open here. A nice inversion as well. You can close the eyes. Nice steady breath. All right, we're going to press through our heels, lift our hips up slightly so we can slide that block out nice and slow. Lower vertebra by vertebra back down into the mat. And we will cross our left leg over our right. Arms are going to come out to the side like a T. And then we're going to let those legs fall over to the right. So eagle leg twist here. And then use that core to try to pull yourself back up to center. Uncross the legs, and we'll go to the other side. So now we're going to cross that left leg over. And nice and slow, cross the right leg over, lower those legs to the left. Very nice. Use that core, come back up to center, uncross the legs. Bring both knees in towards our chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. Press that low back into the mat. And just take a few breaths here. And then take one big inhale, squeeze into a tight little ball. And exhale to your resting pose. So our feet to the corners of our mat, let them fall open naturally. Our arms are at our sides, palms up. Or if you prefer, one hand on the heart, one on the belly. And just close our eyes. Nice and slow, controlled breaths. Let the body just soften into your mat. Let the face soften. Let the mind be present. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Otherwise, we're going to start to bring ourselves out of our resting pose and bend our knees, put our feet back flat on the floor. And when we inhale, bring the arms overhead, arch the spine. And then exhale, bring the arms back around our shins, pull those knees in towards the chest, open the eyes. And we can let the legs fall to the left or the right, roll to our side, and press ourselves up. Thank you so much for joining me for this Flexibility Flow 2 class, and we'll see you next time.